I was born and raised in Lafayette, Indiana. I have seen the changes this town has gone through year in and year out. As a kid, I never felt like I had to be careful of where I went or scared to go walking around town at night by myself or with some friends. But now I do, which is the crazy thing because now that I'm 18 years old and technically an adult, I am more scared of what could happen to me now than what would have happened to me as a child. Over my lifespan, Lafayette has become more and more sketchy. This town has become more open and obvious about people living in it and around it being drug addicts. These people are mostly addicted to heroin and other strong opioids. From growing up in a smaller community of the town than what I would have been if I had lived in the downtown area of Lafayette, I have got to meet and become very close with many firefighters, EMS workers, and nurses that work in the hospitals around town. I decided to interview a former EMS worker, Nicole Davis, who had worked on the trucks for 16 years. When asked how often they had to go on a call because of a drug overdose, Davis stated, quote, "We got called out for ODs all the time, almost every single day shift. But on the night shifts there were more, maybe 2 or 3 a night," end quote. She also said, quote, "When dispatch would call one of the trucks out for an OD, most of the time we would know the person by name before it was even said over the walkies because of their address," end quote. This tells me that she and all the other first responders go to these houses all the time and have to continue going because the people continuously overdose and they have a problem. These people either probably don't want to get their problem fixed or they don't want to ask for the help. I asked Nicole Davis what they would do on a scene for an overdose. She stated, quote, "It's different for every scene and specialized to the person. But most of the time we would give them Narcan and that subsides the OD until we get them to a hospital," end quote. I wanted to know more about what Narcan was. According to the National Institute of Drug Abuse, Narcan is also known as naloxone. It is supposed to rapidly reverse opioid overdose. It'll quickly restore normal breathing to a person whose breathing has either slowed or stopped because of their overdose. In the consumption and consequences of alcohol, tobacco, and drugs in Indiana, a state epidemiological profile 2018, done by the Indiana State Epidemiological Outcome Work Group, they did a percentile comparison per 1,000 people between all of the counties in Indiana and between all the different types of drugs. In Tippecanoe County, there were 1.8% that were dependent on cocaine, 14% dependent on meth, 17.3% on heroin, and 25.8% dependent on marijuana.